Welcome to this Advanced Topics video. In this segment, we will look at the setup and creation of an ACH file that can be used with many banks to provide electronic payment processing. xTuple supports the NACHA Electronic Payment Association's ACH file format. You will need to check with your bank to determine if they support payment using this method. Payment information specific to each of your suppliers is encrypted in the database. Your systems administrator will need to ensure that PG Crypto has been installed on your Postgres database server before you can use the ACH payment option. xTuple leverages the PG Crypto capability in Postgres using the contents of an encryption key file. Here we see a folder on the local computer, and in it is the encryption key file. The contents of this file sets the key. The key is unimportant, other than it should be somewhat complex, and you should not change it after you have set it. Let's see how this is configured then in the application. We'll navigate to System, Master Information, and then Encryption. Here we see the reference to the key file we were just looking at, and the location that that file will reside in on each of the three platforms, Windows, Linux, and Mac. It's important to create a location for this file that can be common across multiple users' desktop computers. Next, we need to configure the Accounts Payable module. We will do this by navigating to System, Configure Modules, Accounting, and then navigating to the Accounts Payable tab. To enable ACH Payment Processing, check the box Enable ACH Check Printing, and then configure the following fields. You may need to check with your bank to ensure that you use the proper form of the company ID, company name, and also the proper suffix for the resulting file. Next, we'll look at a vendor that's been configured for ACH Electronic Payment Processing. We'll do this under Vendor List. We'll select the vendor, navigate to the Transmission tab, and click Checks. To enable ACH processing, we check Enable ACH Check Printing. Of course, it's important to coordinate with your vendor to ensure that you have the proper routing, account number, account type, and additional identification information that may be required. Finally, we need to set the appropriate information for the bank. So we navigate to Accounting, Master Information, and Bank Accounts. Then we select a bank and select the Transmission tab. To enable ACH processing for this particular bank, check the Enable ACH Check Printing option, and then fill in the following fields. Once again, contact your bank to ensure that you have the proper information regarding routing number, settlement lead times, and origin and destination information. Now let's process a payment to the NACHA ACH file definition. We'll do this by navigating to Accounting, Accounts Payable, Workbench, and we'll navigate to the Checks tab. Here we see a pending check for the supplier we just looked at the configuration for, T-Parts. We'll highlight the check, click Print, and in this case, we'll print the selected check. We could print the check run. We'll then select the option Create ACH File. Checking this prompts us for the name of the file and the location. We'll go ahead and save this file. We are presented with a file preview screen and asked to verify that the file is okay. If it is, we click Yes. If not, we can click No and process the check all over again after taking the proper corrective action. Back on the Payables Workbench Checks tab, we see that this payment has been printed and we can see the ACH batch number. If all is okay, we can post the payment. Here we see in a text editor the resulting file. Keep in mind you'll need to contact your bank to see how they utilize this file. Some, for example, provide a capability where you can upload the file to their website to execute the transaction. In this segment, we have seen that ACH Payment Processing is integrated with normal check processing and supports a standards-based file for electronically paying suppliers. We also saw that sensitive information about a supplier's bank details is encrypted in the database, making this convenient and easy-to-use capability in xTuple also safe and secure.